Hi Mucker, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and just like that, there is more to the story with Ethan and Trisha battling it out. I guess that's them battling it out on Twitter, more like this, behind keyboards. So, last night we covered very late on my channel that Ethan did a tweet in response to Trisha Paytas' new video about him, in which the title was about SA, which we all know what that is. It is sexual assault, and basically made this entire video about Ethan and how they're uncomfortable that Ethan has been sexualizing them for so long now. They've never been comfortable with it, even though they may have started it, they may have opened up the conversation, they may have made the conversations, the jokes, the whatever. Ethan continuing to do it, or doing it at any stage, made them very uncomfortable, and they are not okay with it. So they do actually, whenever you look at it, kind of accuse, and by kind of I mean really, I'm just trying to protect myself, accuse Ethan of at least sexual in the workplace. And Ethan was not taking this whatsoever. He did a tweet last night. I have a follow-up tweet that he did back to that because people were quite confused by his tweet, because Trisha's video about Ethan was so like ambiguous that people were taking different things from it. But what Ethan took was that Trisha was accusing him of SA, and then he later went on to clarify that, you know, he's standing by his tweet. And this set Trisha off on Twitter, and we are going to be going through it. A lot of people were messaging me saying, Adam, we need an update. Did you see I can't even get the words out. Trisha's Twitter last night? Yes, I did see it. I saw it live tweeting whenever it was happening, and it was messy and so embarrassing. Also, an ice water. Oh my god, remember when you drink really cold water right after chewing gum? Oh, someone commented on my video, the drinking water breaks are a bit unnecessary. They may be unnecessary for you, but there's a heat wave in Brighton, so mind your own business. If it bothers you that much, please evaluate what really matters. You're watching a drama video on two 30-year-olds fighting on the internet, and you're worried about me doing this? I'm being the least problematic here. Anyways, so Ethan's follow-up tweet said the following. So if you missed his first tweet, this is what it said in relation to Trisha's video. So it said, I know y'all want me to talk about Trisha, but this whole thing is extremely upsetting and disturbing. I'm still processing it. This is a person who I considered, again, past tense, one of my closest friends a week ago, who is now making videos accusing me of sexually harassing her. It's too much. Then he went on to clarify, this tweet, by the way, did 70,000 likes. Then he went on to clarify an hour later, saying, Trisha said I was sexualizing her in the workplace, which is the test. Can't even get the word. My like body doesn't even want to continue with this. Does yours? They say listen to your body. I'm not going to in this because I want to give you the updates. Please subscribe. Trisha said I was sexualizing her in the workplace, which is the textbook definition of harassment. So now, people were bringing up old Trisha Paytas tweets that I'm not going to read out again because they were so disgusting, but I did it in my last video. It was basically Trisha saying that they would love to, like, drink Ethan's CUM, and they want to FUCK Ethan, and all this, and Ethan has a big whatever. So, at the time of filming this video, Trisha still follows me on Twitter, which I'm very confused at. However, I mean, good for them. I appreciate it, I'm honestly surprised that Trisha still follows me on Twitter, because I have been quite harsh to Trisha recently, but I've only been quite harsh to Trisha, and I was positive about Trisha in the past, is because Trisha is being an awful person online right now. Anyways, moving along. So, this is what I'm dealing with here whenever it comes to Trisha's tweets from last night. So, this was when Trisha first responded to Ethan. They said, in relation to the video that they were posting, where they basically accused Ethan of SA, my video today is not monetized. I included a trigger warning because I'm talking about super sensitive topics, and the only reason I did this was because they've made so many videos on this topic with Ethan that they have monetized. And let me tell you, as a YouTuber, Trisha has made thousands upon thousands of dollars within the past couple days just on this topic with Ethan. So them now being like, you know, I'm not monetizing this one video. Okay, but you monetized all the rest and you made thousands, so it really does not really work that much. So, Trisha goes on to say the following about Ethan tweeting that Trisha accused him of SA. I assure you, Ethan did not watch my video, inciting more unwanted hate towards me. I don't even know what to do at this point. I take responsibility for wrongs that I did on the show, but I'm also allowed to speak out on what made me uncomfortable regarding my sexual history. Then it goes on. I'm not sure if twisting everything I say this week is intentional to drive me more insane and to drive more hate my way, but it's so disheartening. Starting with me wanting to fire a crew to now accusing me of sexual harassment when it's me talking about my history. This just is so manipulative, and it's like Trisha puts out one narrative and then whenever someone else picks it up in a way that they don't want it, it's like everyone against them. And it's like, this goes to show with the fire the crew, this with Ethan, and it just like, whenever Trisha gets called out or someone responds, it's like we get these manic tweets. Okay, but there's more, of course there's more. Then it goes on. Someone said, as in Trisha, because Trisha's the only one continuing this is Trisha versus Trisha, this fight. Last year, I was a raging drug addict. Like, raging. I had the scariest behavior of my life and I will always own up to it. I will always apologize. And that's all I can do. There's 9,395, that is the exact number, things that I fucked up on that are true. I don't understand Ethan twisting things that aren't. Just because one person has bad behavior doesn't excuse another person's. Am I not allowed to feel comfortable over something that was said last week? The week before, because I've said awful things in my past about justifying that they're allowed to change their opinion. I'm so confused, is what Trisha said. Then they continue. I guess because I've been a shit person, anyone can talk about my sexual health and sexual assault as freely as they like, question mark. I'm uncomfortable with it. I didn't set boundaries before. I allowed others to make light of it the way I did, but it's actually more traumatizing. And the argument here is Trisha is now speaking up that their conversations about all of this stuff with Ethan make them uncomfortable now, but they didn't say to Ethan that it made them uncomfortable in the moment, but Ethan isn't saying that stuff in real time, so they're basing it on Ethan saying it back then whenever they even acknowledged that they did not say to Ethan that it wasn't okay, and they even joined in and allowed Ethan to have it. So it's like, Ethan can't read minds, and I completely get that, you know, things can trigger you down the line that don't initially, but whenever you're going to tell us that, you know, you're now super upset by the way that Ethan talked to you about certain situations that you also talked to him about, and you never told him in that moment that you didn't want to talk about it, and you continue talking to him about it, but now you're like, I can't believe he did this, he's a horrible person, he essayed, whatever, and it's like, he's not doing it anymore, so the conversation, he now knows that that's not what you want, so are we not taking it at face value now? Or is that too logical? Let me know. It continues though. Okay. This was the first time my mother heard that story about Trisha and Essay that Ethan told Trisha's mom and asked her about from Disneyland. She doesn't watch those bits. I've said when I was uncomfortable on the show, this isn't new. And then it's a clip of Trisha talking about their encounter with Robin Williams that I'm not going to put you through watching, so you're welcome. Ethan expressed on the show he felt uncomfortable with jokes I made about him being a cheap. I don't know why Trisha keeps bringing this up, justifying their actions, because it is a racist stereotype that they keep bringing up about Jewish people being cheap, and Trisha's bringing it up like, yeah, I said this. I said it again, and I'll say it again. Ethan said he was uncomfortable with the jokes I made about him being cheap in relation to being Jewish. It's not a joke though, it is a stereotype that's racist. I stopped. I wasn't offended, I was embarrassed, and I stopped, and I'm glad he told me. Okay, but even on that last episode, if I'm, you know, saying that I'm not comfortable at all, well, fuck me, right? I can just, well, walk off camera and it's clickbait for Ethan. There's no accusations, there's just a double standard with Ethan. I did allow him to talk about my essay to my mom, because I thought that's what made the show entertaining. Well, here's the confusing part. So how's Ethan supposed to know that he's not allowed to talk about it whenever you want him and engage with him talking about it on the show because you think it's entertaining? Anyone else confused? Okay. But just like he's saying now that the jokes about Tourette's made him uncomfortable, I feel the need to speak my true piece. It really does seem that now that Ethan said that Trisha's jokes about Tourette's and Jewish people make him uncomfortable, it seems like Trisha is now going that anything Ethan joked about with them made them uncomfortable, just kind of like a tit for tat, you know what I mean? So that's my opinion on it. Okay, I respect what made him uncomfortable. I acknowledge it, and I'm truly so sorry. Those things should not have happened. I thought it was banter. Well, Ethan thought it was banter with your situation, so it's like anything you're saying to justify yours, he can justify his with it. It's the same thing, right? But the minute I mentioned something that made me uncomfortable, which I did numerous times on the show, I'm this manipulative bitch who can't stop talking. Trisha is giving off major Gabby Hanna vibes right now. I haven't made up one lie about Ethan. Whoever's driving that car is even skeptical. They're skeptical about it. I couldn't even get that fucking word out. I have not made up one lie about Ethan. Like, oh my god. He's lied or twisted my words in many ways. Number one, I never had conversations about firing the... If I have to hear firing the crew one more fucking time. Number two, the building was bought before quarantine, before Frenemies was a thought. Not for me. And three, Sam made up the game. According to Dan, she didn't, that Trisha then upsaid, you know, that they hated. Lies continued from Ethan. Number four, he sends me an itemized list of production. He doesn't. Number five, glazing over the 100% of highlights that he keeps. Number six, oh, we're getting a strategic list. Saying I accused him of SA when recounting my experiences on the show. But yes, that's the work environment, Trisha, with you and Ethan on the show. So it is in the workplace SA, because you're saying that and you titled the video, and like, that's what it means, right? Oh my god. Like, I don't know what they were thinking by putting out that video, like, that Ethan wasn't going to respond or something like that. It seems like it, I don't know. He says that he was uncomfortable, but he said he wasn't. 2019 was a low for me. I went to 3 mental hospitals and I started seeking therapy. 2020 was another rock bottom last summer for so many reasons, to which I finally accepted I need medication after seeing a psychiatrist. As you can tell, I'm not the smartest tool in the shed. 2021 is another low. Voices telling me to do evil things. Okay, then we go on. I say all this to say, I hit those lows because people call me out on my bullshit. Damn, I don't know how Moses is still around. I don't either. No hate. Y'all trying to trigger me with Moses should leave you is some fucked up shit. The funny thing is, this isn't a low for me. Even though 2 tweets ago, it was a low, what we were being told. For the first time in a long time, this drama isn't triggering me. Hands up if you believe that. Hands up if you don't believe that. Ladies, are we gonna put our hands up? They can't, they're cardboard. Okay, interesting. Definitely interesting. I'm stable enough to see reality. I have people in my life who help me see reality. The internet is a hate mob against me right now, and that's okay. Again, there's enough truth to trash me for the rest of my life. They have and they will. And I will always address and acknowledge, except for this. I can't go back, but I'll continue to talk about whatever is brought up. Moses has forgiven me 100% for my past behaviors. It's clear that Ethan never has, from when I fucked up with him and family. Seems to be a grammatical error in this because Trisha was tweeting 35 tweets a minute. I wish he would have cut me off rather than threw it in my face 6 months later to emphasize, you know, the portrait of me being a monster. I could tweet so many old clips of Ethan degrading women, joking about sexual well, we know what that is. But if someone's, you know, learning to grow and change, it ultimately hurts their growth, so I'm not going to do that. But then, Trisha, we could do that with your tweets, sexualizing Ethan and saying what you want to do to him. Y'all are both, like, bad. That hurt a lot because I thought I was truly being forgiven by him. So to have that be thrown in my current situation just to vilify me even more didn't feel great. If you keep throwing a person's mistakes in their face, you don't truly ever forgive them. And no one has to forgive anyone. Lord knows I haven't truly forgiven people in my life. Is Ethan one of those people? But don't continue doing a show disingenuously with someone you still hold a grudge to. It seems to be both ways, baby. I wish he would have ended it back then, because I do feel like I continued that pain from then till now, and it makes me feel horrible. Name calling was my nastiest attack ever. Up until last year with the situation that happened, and ever since then I've been able to do, you know, that tactic less and less, only when I'm in defense mode. Even though they literally made a video about Ethan calling him he's a fuck, and piece of, and he's fuck, all, but hey, they don't do that anymore. And while some thought my episode Monday was same old Trisha, the fact that I didn't resort to name calling and but you did on your YouTube channel, and more importantly voices weren't, you know, infiltrating my brain with hate was a huge improvement for me. Congratulations. Still not great or under control, which is why I left, but improvement. And ultimately, I thought my reaction was an improvement, so I was okay with it being posted, even though they attacked Ethan for posting it then, saying that Ethan doesn't care about his employees and is fake. I clearly had poor judgment in how I thought I handled the trigger. I thought I did good, but, you know, it was something that ended frenemies. Why did he air it? Ethan, because you told him he could. It wasn't live, it could have been edited out, and seeing by the members' reaction, people begging him not to post it, and he reads all the comments. Why was it ever posted? I still don't understand. For people to be on his side, question mark? I don't know. What's done is done, but I'm allowed to speak on my social medias. If you don't like me or don't want to hear it, unfollow me. I don't know what else to say. I have a life. Great, I'm happy for you. I have a lot happening. Again, yay, woo! I'm good. And I'm trying to move on. Interesting. That's not what I'm getting here. Sharing my feelings today was something I needed to say for boundaries for myself. I went too long taking my time as, you know, and scored as a joke and laughing about it. It's not okay. I am not ready to talk about things, and I needed that boundary in me. It was brought up a lot. This is just my first step in acknowledging it. I want to move on and never talk about it again. Let's put our bets. Will they? Yes or no? Comment right now. Just yes or no. Like literally yes or no. That's your comment. Let me know. But when every comment is like, apologize to Ethan, like, I'm sorry he's just not perfect in this either, and he doesn't think he did anything wrong. Like, why lie to your employees about something that I didn't say? Again, about the firing employees that were still on. Why didn't we talk about everything together? Why did he lie to me by saying, this is when, you know, the drama doesn't get under their skin or whatever. Why say I couldn't come? Why, you know, not cancel after you said you would cancel about the rage room? So here we see Trisha's probably a bit jealous about the fact that Ethan said that Trisha couldn't do the rage room with the Frenemies cast, and then instead did the rage room with Ela and the and the H3 cast, and then uploaded it. Of course Trisha's gonna be a bit jealous. It's only normal. I know how I've done literally 50 things that were wrong over the past 9 months. But he can't see an error in anything he's done. That's insane to me. And everyone can stop acting like they know the contracts because there wasn't any. Well, there was both of y'all's mistake. You're not family, so, like, even when you're family, you're not family. This whole thing was blown out of proportion, and now there's no going back. I wonder who blew it out of proportion. I wonder. I wonder. I do. If you have an inkling, please let me know. But if you want me to move on, just know I do, and saying apologize to Ethan is not it. Unfollow me. I have so many amazing things that I've been working on. Yay, we can't wait. And I just want to start talking about it, and this dark cloud is not something I want to be looming over. I too just want this to stop. I'm sure we'll have more tweets tomorrow. This is not going to stop. You know why? Because I think they both love doing this. Maybe Trisha a little bit more. I feel like the past 20 minutes have been a blur. I feel like we read 100 tweets. I want to know what your opinion is on Trisha responding to Ethan and Ethan's response at the start of this video. I love you. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and yeah, it's been fun, I guess, giving you these updates, but it's also insanely chaotic, and there's some drunk people on a boat outside. How I wish I was them. Bye.